Hi everyone, my name is Audrey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm giving you a new weekend reading vlog. So we are now Saturday, the 16th of May, or very early in the morning. It is 4:30, I think. I woke up at around 2 a.m. and I decided to read for 2.5 hours. I made some progress, which is good. Yesterday was my birthday, so there was a lot going on lately. And yesterday I was working, but it was a non-teaching day, but I didn't have time to go and get some books. So I'll probably do that when I come back on Monday because this weekend I have another craft fair. It's the last one until late in the mid-August. Like the next one is going to be mid-August. I'll have time until then to stock up and make some more inventory properly, and update the channel, the YouTube channel, as well as the my website. So last sprint, we are leaving later today with my mom, and we're gonna sleep at my cousin's house because she lives very close to where I'm gonna be doing the fair. So there's that. And I really need to be sewing. I was supposed to sew on Thursday and yesterday, but I decided to just try to read and I fell asleep both of those evenings. And here we are. Unfortunately, I did manage to read mostly this morning and yesterday evening. I am now 62% through that time I got drunk and saved a human, which is book number 3 of that series. I have a mixed opinion so far because I don't like the consent thing that is very walking on the limit of consent, and he's being very, very pushy. And I also don't like that we don't have the same amount of POVs from one character to the other, which is kind of bothering to me. So yeah, there's a couple of things here and there that I'm not enjoying as much. Not my favorite, but I'm still enjoying the story for what it is, and I'm still very curious to see where it's gonna go and lead. So there's that. I do kind of want to keep on reading, but I can't. Right now, I need to shower because this hair is a mess, and I'm gonna get working and sew because my book sleeves inventory is very low, and I haven't sewn any new book sleeves in a long while. I have been sewing a lot of other things, but not book sleeves, and I really need to get to it. It takes me around 45 minutes usually to sew a book sleeve, but I haven't sewn one with my new machine yet. So maybe it will take me a little less time than it used to. I don't know. Recently, like the last time I sewed book sleeves, it took me around 45 minutes to sew one. And I'm hoping I can get that number down to 30 minutes per book sleeve. All of my pieces are cut-ish. So I'm hoping to sew around 15 to 20 book sleeves. I'll have maybe 9 hours to sew before we have to pack and leave. We are gonna leave during supper time, so we'll eat in the car on our way there. My mom is gonna come and help me out with packaging before we leave, and there's that. But there's not that many packaging left to do because all of it has been done at the last craft fair. So there's that. And yeah, the next craft fair is going to be mid-August, so I do have time to get to that in the next one. So there's just this little last sprint, and then I'll be able to focus on production during the summer. What else? I do intend on going to buy some books probably on Monday. We do have a bank holiday on Monday, so that's good. I'm really happy about that. I should be able to make some content and film some stuff on Monday, and hopefully read, because I finally have time to read and edit, hopefully. And this week I also am going to have to take care of things for my students, but it's not too bad. I do have a lot of laundry from costumes to take care of, but that should be easy to deal with. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave you at that because I need to shower, and I'll get to work. I am also very hungry, so I'll take a bite, make myself a cup of coffee, and get to work sewing and all that. I'll try my best to get some footage in here for you for this vlog, and yeah, I'll update you a little bit later when I have some things to talk about. Maybe not today, or maybe just tomorrow when I come back. I don't know, or Monday. I might not be able to sit down and talk to you before Monday, but I'll try to get some B-roll. So anyways, on that note, I'll see you later.
On my face, and I'm only 23, and that's just speaking for me. You hit that certain age, you're told to make a living wage, but I swear I just learned my name. I swear I'm not to blame. You're told no more fun, it's off to work. You need to earn a dime to have any work, but I don't play that way. I'm always gonna say, take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and saddened. Take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really need that, hey, heads up, heads up. What would you say to your younger self? Life's like a paper plane, don't steer the way. You're told no more fun, it's off to work. You need to earn a dime to have any work, but I don't play that way. And I'm always gonna say, take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and saddened. Take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really needed that, hey, heads up, heads up. And I keep telling myself, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, yeah. And even when the sky keeps falling on my head, I'm standing on my feet and reaching for the stars, yeah. Take us back to when we were kids. We didn't know how good we had it. Now we're all just sick and saddened. Take us back to before we grew up, before our problems blew up. We really needed that, hey, heads up, heads up. White lights call to me, illuminate my city, and all I want to do is find silence and follow it to some reality. And now to feel alive, and all the flashing colors fill inside my mind. I breathe and close my eyes. The music animates me till I'm out of time. A paradise never turned to black and white. Let's make time tomorrow for doing nothing.
Hi everyone, it is now Monday afternoon. I just ate lunch. The craft fair went well. I probably will have included a small clip of my stand, my booth. Other than that, which I was really happy with, I did pay extra for the extra room. She left me like the corner. So I would have enough space for everything. And there's a running joke that I have with my mom where some places we had like extra room in the back so that we could leave some stuff there. So we have like big bins where I store all of my products, and they're huge because it does take quite a bit of space. And I used to separate like every size, like my book sleeves come in 3 sizes and 2 thickness, because I have like 2 different linings. I have a thinner one and a thicker one. And the 3 sizes come in like both options. So there's 6 possibilities: the standard, the large, and the X large book sleeves. So 6 possibilities. So I had like 6 huge bins. But since last Christmas, my inventory has gone way down, so I had to like combine. They are all pretty much all full right now. I went down from 6 bins to 3 bins. They're full, but yeah, I want to get back to like separating every options available in their own bin. But yeah, I don't have enough space to store all of those bins also, so that's also an issue. But anyways, all that to say, the running joke is that we could store stuff behind. When I used to use like tables as a booth, we would put a lot of things under the table and we would hide it because there's a cloth on the table that goes down that touches the floor, so you can't actually see under the table. But yeah, with the new booth, how I did manage to put things, because it is quite flexible. I never always set it up the same way for every fair that I do. I try to make the most of the space that I actually have and then try to make the most of it. But anyways, in that space, we do have like the full corner, which means we do have a lot of space. And yeah, it happened once where I had my shelves that are on, which is a foldable shelf thing on wheels, and I placed it like in front so people could go through the inventory of the stuff that was there. And I was trying to get like behind, I don't know what, and I just had to like move. It was like I was moving the shelf like it was a door, and I just randomly said, okay, I'm going to the back store, as if like I have a physical store or something. It's not that funny now that I'm retelling this story, but yeah, I thought I was funny at the time, and my mom thought it was funny as well. So now it's the running joke. And we're always wondering, are we going to have a back store, or are we going to have to go and store all of the bins in the car? So yeah, anyways, yesterday we did have quite a big pack store, which is always appreciated. But yeah, I did manage to sell twice as much as last year, which is not a big number per se. But compared to last year, like doubling my numbers is already a lot. They say that potential customers need to see a product 7 to 12 times before they actually decide to buy said product. Could be less, could be more, but in general, that's pretty much the numbers to think about. So I know that the more I do the same fare, the more likely I am to have more customers that actually buy my products, because they will have seen me for the last 2, 3, 4 years, and now they're actually deciding to buy my products. So I'm just happy that, like, yeah, I doubled my sales from last year, so that's good. I didn't have like that many sales last year, so like it's not that big of a number, but it's still satisfying. So I'm just happy with that. And I am getting my name out there, and people will most likely get to try to contact me if they really want to purchase outside of those fairs. So that's good. I'm happy with that. It was like way better than the last one we did at that same place. It wasn't the same community center, like the same location, but it was the same area, city, that, if that makes sense. Anyways, so yeah, had a fun time. My son did ask me to check out if there were anything interesting for him. I didn't find this year anything interesting for him. Last year I did buy a couple of books for him that I thought he would enjoy, that he has not read yet. I think he only read one of those, but anyways. So yeah, not much for my son, but there were maybe like 3 books I would have happily bought, and maybe a fourth one, because there was this a small business, and this girl is actually on Etsy, which is nice, and she does the blind date with a book thing. So she had an inventory of books in English, books in French, and when they were from French Canadian authors, she would write it out so that people knew they were buying from a French Canadian author. So I thought that was nice. And you could purchase the book itself or the books with goodies. And there were some tabs, some stickers, a pen, I think, stuff like that, which seemed quite nice. And the prices were quite reasonable, although they are used books. She doesn't buy them new. But yeah, I was aware of that concept before, but I never saw anyone here do it. So yeah, I was quite happy to see it. I would have gladly buy one, because I find it always so exciting having this surprise. And sometimes you discover things that you never would have picked up. But yeah, my husband didn't want me to buy anything, because we are going to go there today to buy books for my birthday today. And he really wants to be there because his love language is gift giving, and he loves to watch me go through all of the shelves and try to choose books. And yeah, I know he loves that part, and just telling me to buy the books and stop stressing out. So yeah, we're gonna go a little bit later today. But I did make one purchase yesterday, which ironically was a stand I saw last year, and I didn't buy from them last year, but I decided to buy today. So, and this is her little card. She does art and illustrations, mostly digital, that she prints afterwards. And they're just like very, very cute aesthetic. I really love it. And the artist was really, really nice. So I got 2 sheets of stickers. So the first one here, and the second one with coffee for the brain, which I loved. And then I bought a mystery pack. So I have not opened it yet. So here, oops, we go. If I can manage to open this. Okay. All right, let's see. So the first one is a little love potion. I love the little like drink me here, which I think is cute and reminds me the Alice in Wonderland, which I love. I haven't seen the rest of it though.
the little character drinking their coffee. Ooh, I love that one. Coffee with a skull in the drink, which is probably poison, but not poison for me. Ooh, the little kitty. I love that one. Really nice. And the last one. Ooh, what does it say? Easily distracted, it says in French, but easily distracted by cats, which I love. We don't have any cats anymore in the house. Unfortunately, they are deceased. We had 2, but yeah, eventually one day maybe we'll adopt other cats. We'll see. And they also had like very big stickers that were maybe big like this, but I don't like when they're too big because I can't put them in my planner because it takes too much space. So that's why I went for the smaller versions of the stickers. So yeah, little bit of a haul. And I did manage to read this weekend, which I'm really happy with. I'm now 76% through that time I got drunk and saved a human. I'm still enjoying it. The cat thing, if you know, you know, is hilarious. Yeah, I just find it so funny. And I think you can't like read this and take it too seriously. And if you do, take it a little bit more on the lighter side and read it just to have fun, you're definitely going to have fun. So yeah, other than the issue I had with the consent thing, it kind of resolved now. So I'm okay with where it's going right now. I still have an issue with how it went at the beginning, but other than that, we also have another character that just appeared, which I'm so happy that we get to see. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm just really happy about that. So yeah, so far so good. According to the Kobo, I have less than an hour to go to finish this book. So hopefully I'll finish it today and get my first read of the month done with. But we are going to be leaving quite soon, so I don't know. I do have a lot of cleaning up, vacuuming, laundry to fold to do, all of that, but I don't feel like it, and I do want to take this day today to just breathe in and make the most of it. But yeah, we are going to be leaving for half of the afternoon-ish today. So at around 2:30 in the afternoon, go to the bookstore and then eat and then go directly to my son's stunt clinic because there's 2 weeks left before tryouts. It's coming up real fast. So yeah, there's also that. And then we're gonna come back home and I'll update you with some more reading of what I actually get done. And the book haul, of course, I'm not gonna forget about the book haul later this evening or tomorrow morning. I'm not sure. Tomorrow is Tuesday though, and I do have cheerleading, so I might not be able to update tomorrow. But so yeah, that I'll probably close the vlog this evening, hopefully, so that I don't close the vlog too late in the week. But yeah, on that note, I'll see you a little bit later. Hi everyone, it is now almost 9 in the evening. I have been back for at least an hour, but yeah, here I am updating you with my pile of books. I ended up spending around $200 Canadian for books. I got 8 books. I know, books are really expensive here, and there is one book that I did buy, even though it was really expensive, but I couldn't just like leave it there. So basically I went through the full bookstore and I looked at the titles that I wanted to get. I did have a list of books that I have put on my TBR for prompts for the buzzword for a year in Asia, but I didn't really see those titles that much. I'm missing one book for the Aurelium Readathon prompts, that I can easily order, so I'm not too worried about that. I need to read for those prompts anyway, so I do have time to get to them eventually and buy them eventually. So there's that. I went through all of the sections of the bookstore, and then I took out 10 books, just about 10 books, set them in a pile, and my husband loves to pick the ones I'm actually going to be buying with my son, which is something that they do when we go out buying some books. And there are 2 of them that I was for sure going to be buying. Like, it wasn't a question. Those ones I definitely was going to buy. So they went through the other pile of books, and they only eliminated 2 of those books, and we bought the rest of it. So here we are. The first one is book number 5 of the Heartstopper series. I have read books 1, 2, 3, and 4, so I'm now on book 5, and book number 6 is getting out in July. There was a big poster about it, but yeah, next July, book number 6 will be out, and I'll have read the full series, which is really exciting. The next one is The Jasad Crown. I have not read the Jasad Heir just yet. It is, I think, part of one of the books I have wrapped up, I believe. This is book number 2, and it is a duology, which means I'll be able to do a full video reading the full duology at the same time and give a dedicated vlog as soon as I do pick up the first book. So I thought that was really interesting to get. The next one is the book that I couldn't just leave there, and that one is The Tapestry of Fate by Shannon Chakraborty. This is book number 2 of the adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. I did not know that book number 2 was published. How did I not know that this book was out? I loved the first book so much, and I didn't know it was out. So I couldn't leave it there, which is the book that cost me like $42 just for this book because it is freshly out. I am just so excited to get to it. I hope I'll get to it soon-ish. Yeah, I loved book number 1 so much. This cannot disappoint me. I'm also in the mood to reread and do a dedicated vlog for the Daevabad trilogy. So there's also that. I don't think I'm going to be doing a dedicated vlog for this series though, because it's still ongoing and not fully published yet. So eventually, but I don't know how many books there's going to be in the series. So I'll see if I do one like once the last book is out and I reread all of the books, I might do that. But for now, I won't. But yeah. But I will for the Daevabad trilogy. The next one is a prompt for the Aurelium, and it is The Famous Dungeon Crawler, Carl by Matt Denneman. Really excited to get into it. I've heard great, not so great comments of a couple of things, but other great comments for the rest of it. So excited to get to it and get to the hype of this series. The next one is a book I put on my TBR a very long time ago when I first started watching BookTube. But as I saw it on the shelves, I decided why not put it in the list of possibilities. So it is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I know it was quite popular at some point. It's about Shakespeare, which I'm not as knowledgeable about Shakespeare than other big playwriters, but it's about plays. So I'm hopeful it'll still last the test of time, and I'll still enjoy it today, even if it's an older title. The next one is book number 2 of a trilogy series. I don't know. It is Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. So book number 2 of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I loved book number 1 so much, so I'm really excited to get to book number 2. I know that we're not necessarily following the same characters. So I've heard people being disappointed about it, but other people being happy about it. So yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot about book number 1, but not that much about book number 2. But I'm still very excited about this. And the last 2 books are from the same series, and it is book number 1 and 2 of the Thursday Murder Club. So I put the first one in my Aurelium readathon prompt. So another murder type of book. And I've heard amazing things about this. Excited to get to it. And book number 2 could also fulfill a prompt. I was looking for an ordinal number. I think it was for the buzzword. And there is an ordinal number in this one, but I already bought an ebook for that prompt. So I don't know which one I'll actually get to for that prompt and make it count for that one, but we shall see. So books number 1 and 2 of this series are really excited, and that is all, and it is enough because it was costly. So those are the books that I bought. I won't be wrapping all of them. Jessad Crown is not going to be wrapped because it is book number 2 of a series. Book number 1 is wrapped, but I can't just wrap this one if I haven't read book number 1. That doesn't make sense. So I'll leave book number 1 wrapped, and this one will probably follow when I read book number 1. So this one is not going to be wrapped. I won't be wrapping book number 2 of this one either for the same reason. But I'm not going to be wrapping book number 1 either because it is part of the Aurelium prompts. So I can't just wrap it up. I do need to get to it quickly before the end of summer. So there's that. I won't be wrapping up Dungeon Crawler Carl either because it is also for Aurelium, which means I'm only going to be wrapping these 4 books because they're not part of any prompts. I don't mind wrapping this one even if it's a book number 2 because I don't think I'm going to be needing to reread book number 1 in order to get to this one. So I'm not too worried about that. Same thing with the Heartstopper. I don't need to reread all of the Heartstoppers to get to book number 5. And I don't think I'm going to be rereading book number 1 for this one either, but like I can still pick them up. And even if they are wrapped, I'll see if I do pick up book number 1 if I decide I have the need for it. But for now, I won't be. So I'll be adding 4 new books to the wrapped books collection, which is exciting because this collection of wrapped books is getting quite low. I have 12 wrapped books left, 4 more here, and another one that I bought at the book fair in April. So I'll have 17 wrapped books. So yeah, exciting. All right. Right now, I'm not going to close the vlog just yet because I do want to finish That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human. I'm now less than 100 e-pages left. So on page 336 out of 413. So I want to finish this quickly and I'll update you when I'm completely done with the book. So I'm going to finish this and come back once I'm done. So I'll see you in a bit. And I'm back. It's past 11 in the evening. And I am happy to announce that I just finished That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Human, book number 3 of the series. Apart from the 2 novellas from that series, I have finished said series, which I'm really, really happy. yeah, I have mixed feelings. I was bothered by the consent thing at the beginning. Then it was fine, but towards the end, I was more bothered with the plot and the twists about it. Mhm. So I don't know. I don't remember what I rated the first two books. I believe that book number two I rated a little lower than book number one, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm thinking about a 3.5 or 4 stars for this one. But I still had a good time. I still enjoyed my reading time, reading experience with it for the most part. I was just bothered by a couple of things. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'll think about it and settle probably tomorrow morning with the accurate rating. But yeah, it was a fun time. I think my favorite is still book number one, but it's still worth getting through the series. I might pick up the novellas, but I don't know when. Not just right now, but eventually I might. So, yeah, that's it for me right now. I'm gonna leave you at that and close this vlog. Thank you so much for watching as always. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.